Well, we want to be able to send a character from the sending NXTBee to the receiving NXTBee, and we'll do that in RobotC. Get the RobotC for Mindstorms. I'm using 2.26, but any version above 2 would be okay, I think. Now, we've started up RobotC. It's gone out of the area in which I can record, so let me adjust that. And let's open a couple of different versions of the programs I'll talk about. Don't worry about that. We'll come back to that in a moment. There's 2 and there's 3 and there's 4. Okay, let's go back to 1. Now, the simplest program you can write in RobotC is round about this to send a character. Task main, opening bracket, closing bracket, and send character Y. But if we compile and download the program, we get an error. The reason for that is this send character is not a standard part of RobotC. It's a little procedure that I've written to make it a bit easier to start off. Now, this is the procedure. You have to type this in. The comments don't matter, but the rest of it has to be typed in, and to enable this to run. Okay, now I won't explain how this goes at the moment. We will do an overview at the end of this, but at the moment it's just something that makes this work and enables us to send an uppercase Y from the NXT robot. It'll also make this uppercase Y appear pardon me, on the sending robot screen. Let's compile and download that program. And one of the nice things about RobotC is that we've got an image of the NXT screen here. Well, what will happen when we press start here? We've got a send character here. We'll get an uppercase Y. It'll appear on the screen plus a number alongside it, which is the ASCII value of that particular character. So let's see what happens. We press start. Y appears, which is just what we want, and it stops. Good. Excellent. And it does just exactly what we hoped it to do. We can send more than one character. Let's take a look at this. We'll ignore all the other part at the moment. The important part that we want to look at is this. We'll explain the other part later. What we've got here, this is the same as the previous one. We send Y and we wait about a second or so, 1,000 milliseconds. But we've added in a lowercase a, and we've put it into a character, second character, and we've sent that. And this is to show we can send a variable, store a character in a variable, a character variable, and send that as well. So if we want to compile this one and download it, we'll get that part up on the screen again. What we'd hope is that first of all it sends the character Y. That'll appear on the screen with a number alongside it. It'll wait a second, then a second character, which is actually A, lowercase a, will appear on the screen for a second, and then everything will go away. So let's try that. We'll press start, uppercase Y, just what we wanted. A, excellent. We're getting exactly what we want. Now, those uppercase Y and the A have been sent out by the NXTBee wirelessly from the first NXTBee, and hopefully they'll be able to be received. We haven't written the receiving program yet. We'll do that next. So if you're not interested in the detail of all this stuff up here, this is the point where you stop listening. Close this down and go on to the next section. If you're interested in an overview of what this program does, we'll do that now, and you can continue. The send character Y, this character Y goes into here, and wherever you see anything my character here, that's will be the value Y. Now it starts off, the first thing it does is gets high-speed port 4 on the NXT brick ready. The second thing it does is to set the speed at which it would send that character from the first NXTBee on the first robot to the second NXTBee on the second robot. It then sets the mode in which it's going to send it, the way it's going to send it. The next thing that happens is this debugging statement. This sends the character Y to the screen of your sending robot. This is the bit that sends it to the screen of the sending robot. This is the bit that sends the ASCII value to the screen of the sending robot. And finally, this is the command that actually sends the character out into the atmosphere. It sends my character, and it's only sending one character. So that'll be the uppercase Y, and this is saying there's only one character. We wait 1,000 milliseconds, a bit sufficiently long enough for the receiving robot to receive it, and then we'll close the whole transmission port down. Well, is this efficient? No, it isn't efficient. It's not a very efficient way of sending characters, but it's useful as a starting point. It hides the complicated code, it gets the users going first, we get the efficiency later. And the other thing I'd comment on, I guess, is that we do have a bit up the top which tells us when we come back later and we've forgotten 2 months later and we've forgotten what it was all about, tells us what it's about. It also tells us where we've the name of the program and where we've saved it. Okay, in this case it will be different, but this is the normal way we set it. Okay, so that's a rough explanation of what happens inside this particular procedure, which is an attempt to make sending a character from one NXTBee to the other fairly straightforward. Okay, that's all. Thanks.